Yay, I'm here. First up is Riviera line. G'day driver, today you'll be running a passenger service to Exeter St David's. We have reports of a broken down 143 at Newton Abbot, so you'll need to couple to it and take it to Exeter TMD. Pick passengers up from here and then proceed. I'm in a bit of a fuddle tonight. It's clicking on all the wrong things, doing all the wrong things, and typing all the wrong things, so all in all pretty unsuccessful. Bless me. Welcome, United Terry. Good to see you again. This green screen will be the death of me. That'll have to do. Oh, it looks awful. Every night the green screen works less and less, or differently. I assume it's a lighting thing. So if I keep wiggling around, it seems like it keeps reasonably placed. As soon as I stop moving, it goes bloom, goes back again. Head goads on steam engines, pretty much the same way that you change them on diesels. Yeah, if you look at the scenario creation tutorial I did, you'll find that on YouTube. Then the technique I use for setting the number, you would generally use the same technique to make sure that the headboard, if there is one, and the name of the loco is what you want. Hey, Bomber of 2, Riviera line tonight, to start with anyway. So I've re-grabbed the collar and that seems to have made a difference. lights. Yes, thank you, Silhouette. Just coming into Torquay, platform 2. We have plenty of time, we can roll up to a sensible stopping point. So, points-wise, we've probably lost about 20 so far due to silly speeding while I was sorting out the car green screen, although it seems to be behaving itself now, so that's good. Ha! It's my desk. Excellent. Now you can't see it. It's a pacer. Of course it has no soundproofing. It's only one step up from a Class 101 with square wheels. So these are called nodding donkeys, so they sort of bounce all over the place. The carriage markers are there because that's where they are in real life. You should stop there, but the game doesn't actually have a check for it. Hey Mama of 2, no scenario creation tonight, having a break from that. We finished the scenario last night, but we did a two-parter, and we're going to do freight later on. I just want to spread it around a little bit and intermix some driving with the creation so that those who don't want to do the creation don't get bored. What have I got wrong here? Oh, the brakes are off. Of course they are. I keep forgetting about that. Twit. This thing here. That's what I've done wrong. You apply and release the brakes too much, then this is the main reservoir. It goes down too far, which means that it doesn't have enough air to release the brake cylinder. Every time I drive this loco, I get that wrong. Now I'm going to be really late. Wow, I'm going to be 3 minutes late. Horrendous. Oh well, I guess we're not going to get a score on this scenario after all. Brakes are almost off. Hey Americano, what would you like? Drum mix, yes, that scenario got published last night. If you look at the, I'm just trying to think how you find it. If you just look up my scenarios on Workshop, you'll certainly find it. My username is Neutronic, Neutronic. Or I could just paste you the link. If you wait till I get to the next station stop, then I will paste you the link. So we're already late. Boom. Yes, you know, Terry, I did notice the compressor does seem really, really weak on this loco. I can't believe that 2 applications is enough to be able to not be able to release the brakes again, so never mind. It does rather force you to learn to brake properly, though, I guess. Hey, Americano, think of a route then. Give me a suggestion of the kind of route that you'd like to see, and I will do what I can for you. So, we're going to lose points on this scenario at this particular step. Hopefully we'll try and gain the time back, but it doesn't help that the main res doesn't restart compressing until I release the brakes. So all this time sitting here, the main res isn't recharging. Hey Moose, no, we have no plans to complete the scenario there, I'm afraid. There we go, we still haven't got enough air to release the brakes. Just enough we can get going. So, go right up Torbay. Now the main res will continue charging. Yes, Dark, I had a problem with the brakes. What can I say? This is me we're talking about. I need to be more central on the screen, I think. So I need to be nailing the speed limits, I think, at this point to see if we can't rescue some of this time back. No, United Area, I must admit, it's the brakes are performing oddly, I shall put it that way. Well, we did South London Network last night, and we did the East Coast Main Line with the Class 91 a little while back, so I think it'd be a good idea to do them again. I'll have a think. Any suggestions, shout. Happy Hanukkah, train boy. I'm very good, how are you? Get up to 60. So our next timed instructions at Newton Abbot Platform 1, which is at 7:17, which is going to be tough given we'll be at the previous waypoint 3 seconds earlier according to this. Just trying to keep the speed up so that we can get into Newton Abbot at a reasonable time. We're going to be late, but hopefully we can start edging the time back now. I'm just going past the up Torway waypoint now, which decelerated to the 40 mph speed limit. That signal isn't ours, so that's good. I'm keeping the throttle up so that I can push it a bit, keep the timing. So it reckons we're due in at 17:04 to Newton Abbot Platform 1, which is 0.4 of a mile away. Got 10 seconds to do 0.2 of a mile. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Hey Mum Move 2, hopefully see you later on. Ice 3 on Munich Augsburg. That is not a bad shout. I like that idea. We'll do that after. Yeah, we'll do that next. Man, so there's something wrong with this loco. What I just noticed was that as we were braking there, I noticed that this pressure here was actually going ups and down and wobbling around, which would have been eating away at the main reservoir significantly more than it should have been. So we've got a reverse point coming up in just in front of us actually. I don't recall seeing a message box telling us what happens here, but we'll just figure it out, see what happens. You now need to reverse and couple up to the failed train waiting on platform 2 at Newton Abbot. First you'll need to change cabs by pressing Ctrl and minus, and then you'll need to request permission to enter the station. You can do this with Control Tab. Right, so we've been given permission to proceed, and we're ready to go. You notice the call-on indicator down here, the two white lights, tells us we're clear to proceed into platform. And then down here we can see that we're ready for Newton Amber P2. At this point we're doing a coupling up action, so I presume there's a loco in here, or probably another 143. They're reliable things. Hey there, Mike. Now pull this failed train up to Exeter TMD. You're still need to make your usual stops, but on the way. Before you leave, you'll need to change cabs again. You do need to also make sure that you have stopped. Good paranoid in me was just making sure we had changed cabs the right way. So after Munich Augsburg Americano, I'm going to be doing the Pacific Surfliner requested by somebody yesterday. So we're going to just, that way we'll have one from each country today, which I think was appropriate, but I will make a note of Class 20 on a wall north hauling 95 wagons. I don't know what that means actually. Would you care to expand, please? So we're currently running about a minute ahead of schedule, which is a very good sign. Switching back over to the correct line for onward running, and then we'll get the 60 speed limit. There we go, so we can accelerate. I didn't spot that they'd switched themselves off. Clever things. You want me to do some switching on Doncaster Works, do we? I'll make a note of that. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all, huh? At 90 mile an hour now. Which is the route from Darlington to Bishop Auckland, DCML? Okay, I'm getting overwhelmed with requests now. Can you drop them on Facebook? That way they're recorded. Next stop is Tenmouth at 7:29, and we're due in at 7:28, so we're actually making very good time. I think we did that coupling instruction nice and fast, which meant that we were able to gain the time back that we lost with the previous braking fiasco. That's an excellent typo there, train boy. Absolutely excellent. So that alarm was for the 60 speed limit, which we've just been warned about. So since the brakes seem to have a bit of a fault, I'm going to employ a different trick. I'm going to put the handbrakes on. Oh, there's no handbrakes. I'm going to release the brakes. Looks like it's going to take forever for them to come off anyway, so... Yes, the yellow has been there since, I don't know, probably the 60s. It's been on the front of what, even initially it was just like a panel on the front of the locos, and then it was ends, and then in some cases more serious. The throttle doesn't seem to do anything if the reverse is in neutral. The main problem looks to be that when I put the brakes on, if I just leave it latched on, leave it latched on step 1, it should make absolutely no change to the air pressure in the system or what's actually happening. is the brake pressures of the cylinder is fluctuating up and down, and putting it back up again is causing the main reservoir to go flying down. So what you end up with is one small application of the brake is actually taking out half of my main reservoir, which is why it's then no use to me. No, I released the brakes really early. That's what solved the problem for me. They've been releasing pretty much the entire time we've sat there. Why would I want to do that, train boy? Putting the brakes on full and the throttle on full, that seems like I wouldn't get very far. Or if I did, it wouldn't be very quickly. Being warned about the speed reduction to 60, but that's okay, we're not at 60 yet. So I'm going to zoom in on the brakes as we stop at Dawlish, and you can see what I mean if you watch the main reservoir. Hey CCML, yeah, I'm going to, straight after this, I'm going to send the live team another email. I don't know, Unite. I don't think it is. It certainly bears more investigation at a minimum. It certainly doesn't feel right. Essentially, having the brakes on step one for any amount of time, you'd lose the ability to release your brakes ever. Yeah, that just feels really wrong. Coming into Dawlish, platform 2. You see the main reservoir is gradually going down. If we look at the brake cylinder, it's wobbly. Stopped a bit too fast there. Trying to get a score here. So with the compressor pump the main res up even when the brakes are applied? Because I must admit I wasn't completely clear on the point whether or not that should happen or not. If that's the case, then we could certainly, maybe that's a function of the distributor, because certainly I think, as far as I'm aware, the triple valve in American systems doesn't do that. The triple valve, it doesn't compress pump up the main res until you're in release. But as you say, if that's how the function of the distributor in Europe, then that would need fixing. You're not hearing the train roar as I released. I mean, the brakes were on and I put it in full throttle anyway, and it had dragged itself out of the station with the brakes applied. So next waypoint is Dawlish Warren up Main. Oh, is that needle on the left meant to be the main pipe? Because I think it's actually showing the main res. So we're looking like we'll be about 30 seconds late into the next stop at the moment, which is Starcross, and that's about 1.5 miles away. Oh yeah, so the brake pipe is over here, the main reservoir is over here, and it's the main res that's not charging when the brakes are on anything other than release, which I don't know if that's correct behaviour. Just getting warned that we're coming down to 75, I guess. We're nowhere near that speed, so I'm not worried. Hey Simel, the weather can change if it's so programmed in the scenario. You can have dynamically changing weather, and you can have all sorts of things. If you go back through my YouTube, one of the scenarios that I played was from Western Lines of Scotland. It is called, yes, you're right, United Terry, you're quite right. So I played a scenario called Airline from Western Lines of Scotland, and in the space of the, I don't know, half an hour that scenario takes, you get a total change of the weather 2 times. So that certainly will demonstrate. In fact, it goes from an overcast day to a thoroughly miserable and bad storm, and then it clears up again by the time you finish the scenario. So it really is just down to the scenario author to program in those changes. Certainly the game can do it. About 30 seconds late at this station. Brakes are off, but we don't seem to be rolling, so I shall leave it like that. Cheers, Mama of Two. I think this is a fairly traditional brake, but again, it does need research. I shall raise it for them to look at, and it may well be that it's completely correct, and I'm just a bad driver. Which wouldn't be the first time we've thought that. Next stop is Exeter St Thomas, and I guess we'll be getting to the depot shortly. See you later, train boy. I've been remiss in not welcoming people to the channel as they've logged in. I apologise. Welcome everybody. It's great to have you with me. Watching me drive, in quotes. So we're at 100 limit, but this loco is limited to 75 miles per hour anyway. That's really curious. Why would my voice not be in time? It seems to be transmitting with it in time. I have no idea why that is. Is anybody else seeing that? Hi Alex, we can see you. I wouldn't bang you, don't be silly. Yeah, we've got a combination of systems like that as well. There's electro-pneumatic brakes, normal air brakes. The Talent loco we just did for the German market is actually another example, because that one uses the electric brakes for the first braking until it gets to 10 kilometers an hour, and then it fires up the air brakes for a fixed application until the train stops. So yeah, there's a wide range of different systems, but in general I think a normal air system should basically work the same way, I would have thought. So welcome back, Doc. See you later, Mama of Two. And next to St Thomas, 1.6 miles away. That alarm is because of the 75 limit coming up, which is fine. Welcome to the channel, Erdeno and CAD. A pacer doing 80, it's a horrible thought, isn't it? Hey, thanks for the follow there, Mark. That should let the brake system fully recharge again now. We have plenty of time. We're due into Exeter St Thomas 5 minutes from now, just about. Yes, Alex, you should get this DLC. You absolutely should. It's good stuff. It's a really nice route to drive on. It's very scenic as well. So, one of my favourite pastimes on this route is taking a Great Western Castle, blasting it at a nice speed down the Dawlish coast. Absolutely superb. What's after this, Ed? What's after this is a scenario that I downloaded from Workshop for Pacific Surfliner, which was requested yesterday. This is a Class 143 on the Riviera line. It's a Pacer, well, one of the Pacer units. Okay, so our next stop is at Exeter St Davis, and a short moment after we leave this stop. Not sure what you're saying there, Ismail. What do I think about Workshop? Welcome to the channel there, Fifi and Electric Molars. Good to have you with us. Can I put a yard shifting scenario on the request there? Do you mean a switching or shunting scenario? Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Yes, this loco has horrendous ride quality. It really does. It was originally Leyland when they wanted to try and rescue their business. They used to make buses, and so their first attempt was to put a bus onto some rail wheels on a rail chassis, and yes, it's horrific, it really is, but they managed to sell quite a few of them. 27 watches? How are you getting that? I'm only seeing 21. Woohoo! those of you that didn't realise all those markings were actually writing. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, welcome everybody. Dark, you'll have to tell me where you're seeing this number, because it's not showing up anywhere near I can see it. Ugh, this station stop. What a drag. When we were racing earlier on in the scenario, and then at the end of the scenario we're sitting here for ages. Yes, Alex, part of the problem there is that the licensees don't particularly want their locos to be displayed in a manky state, whether that's realistic or not. So I think if we have to make the choice between having the locos and having them too clean, or not having the locos, I think I know which one I'd rather use. Apologies, United Terry, you're quite correct. These are multiple units. We could probably argue semantics till the cows come home, but let's either call it a train or a multiple unit and just be happy. I think as long as we don't call it a loco, we're probably alright. Right, so the question is, can we get into Exeter St David's without speeding and on time and get a little bit of extra score snuck in there? Because we may just get a silver. We may just get a silver. Nicked me for another 2 points. There. Shush, Alex. The braking problems have caused me no end of issues, and I'm just going to leave that there. Yeah, we call them bubble cars as well. Oh, not you too, Ed. Not you too. So when is the first inaugural meeting of the Pedant Society? Hey there, RCPD Chief. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you with us. Well done, driver. You managed to unblock Newton Abbot from the broken down 143 and complete your local passenger service. And I got 815 points, which means silver medal. Awesome. 24,000 now for XP. Check out these scores over here. Mr. Flibble and Iton doing very well. Maybe I am just a bad driver. That's all there is to it. This is possible. Anyway, let's go and find the next scenario, which is on Pacific Surfliner. I will be back in a moment.